Welcome back everyone to Magius Plays The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Last time, we got through the Yiga clan stronghold and took out their leader. This time, before we head back to the Gerudo city to turn in the helm, we're going to head this way and grab the tower for this final region. This isn't too far of a journey for us, except vertically. And we've got a way to deal with that. At least getting us most of the way up. Tower should be right over here. Ish. Hopefully that guy doesn't call a hailstorm down on us. That had happened before. There we are. And we can just slide right to that. There's quite a lot that we can do in the Gerudo Highlands. But since none of it's really relevant to the plot, I'm not going to worry about it right now. We definitely do not want to try climbing up all the way from the bottom of that tower. That would be one heck of a climb. And that finishes off the entire map for Hyrule Kingdom. Obviously there's more stuff outside the map, but we're not going to be getting there at all. Now, let's see what Cass has for us.
Oh.
What if... no, but then... Ah, forgive me, I was lost in a song written by my late teacher. He wrote it for the hero who fell to the calamity 100 years ago. So much time has passed, and yet the hero has not yet returned, but my teacher always kept faith. I hope to play the song for the hero someday, so I practice it often. Oh, forgive me. It seems I've prattled on. I know a song about this place. Would you like to hear the ancient verse passed down in this region? Sure.
Oh.
Excellent. Without further ado... As light shines from the northwest skies, from the tower's shadow a arrow flies. Here's heaven's light to reveal the prize. I still don't quite understand the lyrics, but knowing my teacher, they're the key to revealing a secret. Best of luck, and may the light illuminate your path. Yes, this one is pretty straightforward to get. So, with the light shining out of the northwest, an arrow flies out. So somewhere in this area is a platform that we need to stand on and fire an arrow from. Now, let's see if I can find that. There we are. Now, just like before, you need to wait for this shadow to reach this pedestal. This is going to take a bit. And that sound right there means that we are ready to perform the task. So just fire an arrow at the sun. The shrine reveals itself. Now, this is a modest test of strength, so it's a little more difficult than the previous one that we dealt with, but still not as difficult as some of the ones to come. Now, this one has 2 weapons instead of 1, but otherwise it's basically the same thing. Wrong button. I'm definitely going to need something that hits harder than that. Well, Ancient Gear is particularly good against Ancient Constructs, so let's do that. And there we have it. Now we get another power core for our efforts. This is very useful. I'm not going to use this too much. Besides, I like spears. And with that taken care of, just head on out and wrap things up. Now, even though we've already been in the city and identified as a Vo, we still need to pretend to be a Vi in order to get inside. It's silly, it's annoying, but what can you do? Yeah. If for some reason you want a different coloration for the Gerudo clothes, you can buy them here. There's another shop in here that you can buy clothes from, but I'm not really going to get into that. I have the gear set in mind that I'm going to be using at the end of the game, and I'm not going to be bothering with much outside of that. If you're looking for Lady Riju, she is on the second floor. Normally people aren't allowed in her sleeping quarters, but she has given you permission, it seems. Be on your best manners. If she deems you to be a disturbance to her, it will not end well for you. Yep. So, we need to find our way upstairs. Here we are. I've been waiting for you. Oh, you needn't say a word. As the chief of the Gerudo, I can sense the power of the heirloom flowing from you. I know that you've succeeded. I am, as you have no doubt noticed, still but a child. People look on me with nothing but warmth in their eyes, but even this brings me some pain, I must admit. I've tried so hard to be worthy of their love, to be a worthy chief, and to prove to myself I was worthy too. When my family heirloom was stolen, I felt as though a shadow had fallen over me. Yes, your arrival in the midst of this must be the work of Lady Urbosa. Now please, give me the helm. Here you go. How do I look?
Ah, well, you certainly got here fast. I should have expected as much, from the princess's own appointed knight. She was out on a survey all day today. Still as the sands now. So, spill it, boy. Have the two of you been getting along all right? It's okay, I know. Your silence speaks volumes. She gets frustrated every time she looks up and sees you carrying that sword on your back. It makes her feel like a failure when it comes to her own destiny. Don't worry, it's not like you carry blame in any of this. It's unfortunate. She's put in more than enough time. Ever since she was a young girl, she's gone through rigorous daily routines to show her dedication. She once passed out in the freezing waters trying to access this sealing power. And she has nothing to show for it. That's the motivation driving her research. I'd be doing the same thing. She really is quite special. You be sure to protect her with your life. It's quite the honor. The night brings a chill. It's probably time we take her in. Or...
Barbosa! What was that? Did you feel that? Wait, what? How did you... What are you doing here? What's so funny?
A nice little scene there.
Huh?
What's wrong? You're just staring. Anyway, what matters now is... How is it? Do I look alright? It's a tad big. You don't say. The threat Divine Beast Van Naboris poses has only grown since we began searching for the heirloom. I believe that Gerudo Town itself may be in danger before too long. As chief, and as a Gerudo, I must find some way to stop that thing before it threatens my people. Will you help me? Of course! Who would have thought that, just before such a momentous battle, hearing a simple, confident pledge of support from you would be what puts me at ease. I'll head out now. Let's meet up at the lookout post south of town. There's only one way to get close to Naboris, and that's with the help of a sand seal. The lookout post isn't too far from town, but you should take a sand seal there. You can get some practice that way. I'll be there waiting for you with my favorite sand seal, Patricia. Still, it really is a little big. And that brings us to one of the more interesting mechanics in the game. Not really a big fan of it, but it is something at least. Now, that's a silly little detail. Anyways, what you want to do for this is... Well, the sand sail sailing is basically water skiing. Look, you must be the Hylian Frelly was talking about. My name is Ko. I'm Frelly's mother. We run a shop where we rent out sand seals. If you plan on crossing the desert, you'll need a sand seal. It may seem unlikely, but we're actually a thriving business, and it's so easy for a customer to get the hang of. All you have to do is just stand on your shield and let the sand seal pull you along. Of course, our sand seals have been trained. They're much easier to handle than a sand seal you'd find in the wild. If you're in need, just let me know. 20 rupees to rent one? Let's do this. They've got, well, some extra cash. So it's the thing outside Gerudo Town. Now the controls are pretty straightforward. Much like the horse, you hit A to go faster. And it moves along at a pretty decent pace. You tilt the control stick to move left or right. And there's a slight delay between when the sand seal moves and when you move to follow. This is important for taking care of or avoiding certain obstacles along the way. But it's also something that we don't really have to worry about too much. You also press down on the control stick to slow the sand seal down, And that lets you maneuver around things more accurately. But with that little brief crash course in Sand Seal racing behind us, we are just about ready to get into and take on the Divine Beast. But that will wait until next time. Until then, Magius out.